March 30th is quickly approaching, and for Hitman it's a bit of a significant date, as on March 30th the final deluxe escalation will release, the Berlin Egg Hunt will start in all its time-limited glory, and it also releases the first of the 7 deadly sins pack, Greed. With all those things releasing, both paid and free, I want to have a little rant on how most of these things either don't work for Hitman or are just plain badly implemented. Let's start with the stuff we know the least about. The 7 Deadly Sins pack. When the trailer first released for the 7 Deadly Sins, many people, including me, got their knickers into a twist that it was an additional €30, dollars or pounds on top of the already exuberant €90 for deluxe or traditional 60 for standard. The reason people got so upset is because the deluxe edition wasn't worth the 30 extra bones, so releasing another DLC pack so soon for the same price added salt onto that wound. The vague wording of IOI in the blog post doesn't really help either, as we barely know what each paid sin pack will release. So, in my opinion, IOI should have been more transparent on what will be in these packs, so if they're worth the €30 or not, or price them slightly lower, like €20 or €15, to avoid all the hubbub within the community. With the release of the first Sin pack on the 30th also starts the new renamed roadmaps, the Seasons of Sin. The roadmaps have been a staple of the World of Assassination trilogy ever since 2016, even though they looked a lot uglier back then. But I personally think roadmaps stopped working for Hitman after Hitman 2016. They often are too empty to be impressive or to be enjoyable, or too bloated with reused content like legacy escalations like in Hitman 2. I'd rather have them work on a whole bunch of stuff and release it every other month or every 2 months. Luckily, that seems to be what the Seasons of Sin are going to be, which I'm positive about, and I'm hopeful that they will be better than the old roadmaps. And the last thing I want to talk about before I close off this small video is IOI's use of fear of missing out. Modern Hitman has a lot of meaningless FOMO, with the elusive targets that are so elusive that they get repeated several times per game, or the seasonal events that are permanently coming back at the end of each game's life cycle. It's saddening to see that IOI are still continuing to use limited time content when the novelty wore off a long time ago. Many people are asking for a change to the ETs. That's why people were hyped when they said they were gonna change ETs. And many people sighed when they saw the Berlin Egg Hunt was time limited. I can only hope Egg Hunt will be good, so I will hopefully await its nice return when it becomes permanent. Because that's the thing with IOI's time limited stuff. With the exception of elusive targets, it always circles back to becoming permanent. So it basically becomes useless when it's time limited because you know, oh, I'll just wait when the game's done and then it comes back permanently. All in all, I'm just a bit frustrated with the way IOI handles live content in this game. Let me know what you think of their live service support. Do you think it's good for Hitman? Do you think the content in them is good? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a civil discussion about it.